Hey everybody, this is Jim with Retired to Resell. So today we're going to start a new series called A Reseller's Guide to Men's Clothing Brands, A through Z. We're going to go through a lot of different brands, starting at A, going all the way through Z. We're going to look at sell-through rates, see what's selling, see what's not selling, look at the prices, and we're going to get a good idea of all the men's clothing brands that are really great resellers to sell on eBay, Poshmark, and some of the other platforms. So I hope you enjoy this series. I put a lot of research into it. I like doing a lot of research. It helps me as a seller kind of understand what brands are out there. And I learned a lot of new brands that I have not found yet that are, have really great sell-through rates. So let's get in there and start taking a look at some of these men's clothing brands. And we're going to start with the ABC. So here we go. All right, here we go. Let's get in there. We're going to actually start with brands that start with a number instead of A, B, and C. So the first one here, hold on. Let's preface this whole Reseller's Guide series and talk about sell-through rate real quick. Because I calculated a lot of sell-through rates throughout here. And, most resellers calculate the sell-through rate by, you're dividing how many items are listed by how many have sold in the last 90 days. That's kind of a standard thing in the reseller, world. I get a lot of comments, you can't have anything over 100%. Well, I get that. I understand the math, how it works. You can't have anything over 100%. But, 95% of the resellers out there calculate it that way. You're dividing by what's listed, by what's sold, and you get that number. Sometimes it's 200, sometimes it's 300. So I'm going to try to avoid saying 200%, 300%. So I'm just going to use a number. So if there are more sold than that has been listed in the past 90 days, I'm just going to say 100+%, and we'll go there. I don't want to offend anybody, but I watch a lot of videos out there, and every reseller that I see out there, calculates it that way and says, this brand here has a 212% sell-through rate, and there's never any issue. Everybody knows what you're talking about. It's just a number. So maybe we get rid of the percentage and just say a number. So anything over 100 is excellent. Anything 75 to 100 is really good. I would normally pick that up, but anything over 100 is just going to be a great pickup for you. That just means that the demand is way higher than the supply. So we'll go with that. We'll just I'll try to avoid saying a percentage, but I'm going to say 100+ on certain items because a lot of these brands we're going to look at are over 100%. Anyway, so here we go. We're going to start with this brand here. It's called 1620 Workwear. So currently there are 42 listed, and we'll go into the solds and take a look at a couple of solds and go down here to solds. And there are 110 sold in the last 90 days. So that is well over the number 100. So this is definitely a pickup. Again, this is a brand when I was doing research that I have not come across yet. But hey, there's Yumbo Industries. If you guys haven't watched any videos from Big Yumbo, great resource. Definitely check him out. So yeah, he sold these pants for $215. So that's just a great sale. Let's take a look at his listing here. And we'll get a look at the brand, 1620 Workwear pants. There's a logo right there. Looks like that. There we go. There's the tag, 1620 made in USA. Anyway, most of this is, cargo pants, workwear pants, really great brand to be looking for. Hopefully I'm going to come across one of these very soon. But it looks like most of the items that are selling are pants, but here's some shirts as well. But I mean, look at the prices. Even these shorts right here, $65 for a pair of workwear canvas shorts. So excellent sell-through rate, great prices. So yeah, keep your eye out for 1620 Workwear. All right, the next brand up is 686, and the 686 in general has a really good sell-through rate, but I looked up 686 pants, and the style of pants that you're looking for is 686 Everywhere Performance Pants, so that's the search that I use. So there's 108 listed currently, and let's get down here to sold. We'll check that out. 200 sold in the last 90 days. So again, over the number 100. Again, I'm going to try to stop using percentages. I don't want to piss anybody off, but yeah, that's a great sell-through rate. Definitely want to find these. Again, another brand that I haven't found myself, but doing the research, seeing what pants. I really love going through the pants section. It seems to be kind of an underutilized section through a lot of resellers. They just don't like going through those packed pant clothing racks, and it's hard to see the brands that way. But yeah, I love going through the pants section and flipping through it. You can almost get to where you're just feeling a material, and you can really pick out the great pair of pants and look through the brands. Anyway, the 686 Everywhere collection, it's just a great sell-through rate. Pretty good prices, $30, $40 for these pants. Let's take a look at the tag, see if we can find a tag in one of these listings. There we go. There's a good picture of the tag. Everywhere collection, technical apparel since 1992. Anyway, 686 Everywhere pants. Hopefully you can find some of those, and definitely a pickup. All right, next brand up is 316, and 316 again overall is a pretty good brand, but you really want to look for the shirts. 316 shirts is what I did the search for. Again, I'm doing a buy it now, and the condition is pre-owned used items, because that's 90% of the items that you're going to be finding out there in thrift stores. So 133 listed, and let's see what we've got for sold. 135, so right at about 100%. Anyway, so yeah, this heavyweight garment dyed t-shirt, $35 for a t-shirt. I mean, this guy's selling a lot here. It's waffle knit cotton work shirts, $55. A floral pattern, $60. Actually, it was a offer, so who knows what he got. But look at this cross-cut flannel, $175. Let's take a look at that one and see if we can find a tag. Only 3 pictures. Yeah. Man, I wish I could get away with 3 pictures. Maybe I can. I don't know. How many pictures do you guys take of an item? I take an average of 12 to 14 pictures per item. I want to get every angle and, all the measurements. This doesn't have any measurements. So, I don't know how people sell things for $175 when there's no measurements at all. Maybe they put them in the listing. I don't know. But anyway, there's the logo right there, 316. So yeah, great brand to be looking for. Hope again to be finding one of these cross-cut flannel shirts really soon. All right, one more here in the number section, and this brand is 7 Diamonds. Now, 7 Diamonds doesn't have a great sell-through rate as a full brand across the board of every type of item. But the shorts are pretty good. Now, it's still not a great sell-through rate. I believe I calculated this one at 60% for their performance shorts. But again, I've found 7 Diamond shorts quite a bit, and they always sell for me really pretty quickly. So I pick them up just about every time I find them. So again, I'm going to be showing you, really great items out there that have super high sell-through rates, and then other items that you're probably going to find pretty regularly, and they may not have the 100+ percent sell-through rates, but they're still going to be real good everyday sellers for you. And 7 Diamonds is that for me. So right now there's 372 listed. Well, let me show you the search again real quick. So if you put 7 Diamond shorts, a lot of times when you put shorts, it's going to pick up short sleeve shirts as well. So a little trick to narrow it down and really get what you're looking for is put the minus sign, minus shirt. So that's telling eBay search engine, find just the items that say shorts minus shirt, so you don't get any short sleeve shirts in there. So if we do that, there's 372 listings, and let's get down here to sold. 187 sold in the last 90 days, and that's again about a 60% sell-through rate. But you're not going to make a huge amount of money. But if you're buying these for $5 and $6 like I am, you're making, here's $18, $19, $20. That one was offer for $25, $24. One of these are mine in here, I'm sure, because I just sold one of these not too long ago. Anyway, let's take a look, see if we can look here at the logo again. There we go. So yeah, you really want to look for that 7 Diamonds Performance logo. That's the one that has been a really good seller for me. All right, so here we go. First letter, A's. So let's take a look at some of the best-selling men's brands that start with the letter A. And one of my favorite brands that I pick up is Ariat. And if you haven't found or really looked for Ariat yet, there's a lot out there. I pick them up every single time I see them, and they sell extremely quickly. So right now there's a little over 8,100 Ariat men's jeans listed. And let's take a look at solds way down here. So 8,100, 7,800. So that is what, 95%. So that's a really good sell-through rate. This one, yeah, I'm surprised they only got $20. Usually it's around $30 to $35 for me when I'm selling these, but yeah, I get super excited when I see these Ariat jeans. Yeah, they just sell great for me. People really want these things. Actually, I just listed a pair of these, the Ariat M2 Relaxed Bootcut jeans. And I listed them this morning, actually, and I've already had like 3 or 4 offers on eBay and Depop. Not good enough offers yet, because I know they're going to sell. I've listed them for $35, and they're offering $20. And I'm just going to hold out, because I know within a couple days someone's going to pay full price for those. So Ariat jeans, bootcut, probably the best selling of all of them. But really, any Ariat jeans I'm gonna buy. I even go through the women's section and pick up Ariat jeans in the women's section. Women's don't sell quite as fast, but they're still good sellers. So let's get in here, take a quick look at the brand and the logo. There you go. You can see it right there. See if they got. There we go. Ariat M2 Relaxed Boot Jeans. Great brand to be selling. All right, next up is AFCO. Again, I find these all the time. I've probably sold 10 to 15 pairs of AFCO fishing shorts. AFCO is a full brand. It does pretty well, but what you really want to look for are these fishing shorts. Right now there's 846 listed. And let's get into solds. 1,600 sold. So yeah, that sell-through rate close to that 200 number. Anyway, so yeah, it's really these are the basic, tactical fishing tackle shorts. Hopefully you've seen these out there. They're pretty unique looking. They've got these big belt buckle things here, big pockets on the front. There's the logo right there. There we go. There's a good shot of the logo and the tag. That's what you're looking for right there. American Fishing Tackle is what AFCO stands for. And yeah, I pick these up every single time, even if they're distressed. They have stains on them. I've sold some with tears and holes in them. People love these shorts, and they're going to pick them up. All right, this is a brand that I keep hearing about and hearing about and hearing about, but I have yet to find it out there. I know it's a great brand. I just haven't found it yet. So Aviator Nation, there's women's clothes, men's clothes. There's a lot listed, but if you just look at Aviator Nation men, there's only 456 listed, and get to the solds. 498 sold in the last 90 days. So, a little bit over that 100 plus number there that we're looking for, but great prices. I mean, $43 for an Aviator Nation t-shirt, $52 for a t-shirt. So, here's this is a women's snuck in there, sweatpants, jogger pants. You can kind of see that rainbow pattern. I don't know if that's really rainbow, but you get the idea. Look at this, $120 for a used pair of swim trunks from Aviator Nation. There is the tag right there. And again, you can see that pattern right there. That's what you're looking for. Love to be able to sell a pair of shorts for $120. All right, Alex Crane is the next brand we're going to take a look at here. Really high-end brand. Alex Crane, 94 listed. And 278 sold in the last 90 days. So yeah, $98, well, best offer again, so probably, in the $80 range, I would imagine. Linen shirt, this is just your standard shirt for $39, $39, $40. Yeah, let's take a look at this one, $60 shirt right here. Nice looking shirt, looks like kind of a corduroy. No, this is a linen button-down shirt. There's the logo right there, Alex Crane. So keep your eye out for that. Definitely a pickup. All right, the next brand under A would be American Giant, and a good brand overall. There's not a huge amount of these listed out there, but I narrowed it down to American Giant joggers. That has the highest sell-through rate of any of the categories under this brand. So if you look at the joggers, 33 listed and 52 sold. So again, over that 100 that we're looking for. So again, joggers, just your standard Nike joggers, Adidas joggers, you're looking at $20. These are selling for $40, $50. So definitely keep an eye out for American Jogger. Let's take a look at the logo here. See if we can find a good shot. There we go. American Giant. There you go. Definitely be on the lookout for jogger pants from American Giant. All right, the next brand is Ash and Eerie, and again, another brand that I have not found myself, but you're doing all this research constantly in eBay, looking for brands that you don't know, looking at logos, trying to get that stuff ingrained in your brain, so when you're flipping through thousands and thousands of pieces of clothing, that something jumps out at you and you go, hey, I remember that one. Let me take a look at that one. So Ash and Eerie is one of those that I'm just trying to remember and memorize all these logos. But a lot of Ash and Eerie is linen, so great summertime item to be selling. 265 listed currently, and we'll go to solds. 302 sold, so another great sell-through rate. And again, pretty good prices, $29, $30. Some more shorts here for $23. There's some jeans. I haven't really seen any jeans lately. Anyway, let's take a look at this just basic standard button-down shirt. This is not even a linen shirt, and it's $38. So there we go. There's the logo, Ash and Eerie. See that? Pick it up. All right, moving on to the B's, and first one up is Bird Dogs. So probably my favorite brand to find. My favorite brand. I say that with a lot of brands, Ariat, Bird Dogs, but this is probably my favorite brand to actually find at the thrift stores and keep for myself. If you haven't ever wore a pair of Bird Dogs shorts or pants, they're excellent. I've got a pair of Bird Dogs on right now. They're just great shorts. They have a liner in them. They're just super comfortable. The pockets in the back are like on the side almost. So if you have a wallet in your back pocket, you're not sitting on it. Anyway, I've unfortunately I should probably be selling these. I'm in the business to resell, but I've got I think 3 to 4 pairs of Bird Dog shorts and a couple pairs of pants that I've found. They're just awesome. I'd like to keep finding them, but I think I've got all the colors now that I want, so I'm going to start selling the ones that I find. But anyway, Bird Dog's great brand. So 4,600 Bird Dog pants and shorts listed, and let's see what we've got for sold. 5,000, so over that 100 number. And so you had Bird Dog shorts, $25, $30, pants, $25. Banana Republic. Don't know how that got in there, but yeah, $30. So yeah, pretty good prices for a pair of shorts too. So let's take a look. Let's see what the logo looks like. Man, I've not found one of these colors. Those are cool. Anyway, there's you can find a little stitching. Stitching on the back, Bird Dogs, and then on the inside, this is what you're looking for if you're flipping through the racks. They don't really have Bird Dogs on the inside. They have this boom for your boomstick, and then the birddogs.com. So if you see that, definitely take a look at it. There's also another, so there that shows the liner. I was trying to, oh, there we go. Really small down there, but there's the little bird logo. I also, when I see that, I know that's Bird Dogs, and that's what I want to pick up. So Bird Dogs, great brand. All right, next up, more shorts, bare bottom shorts. Again, $4.98 listed, and 703 sold in the last 90 days. Again, shorts are going to have a higher sell-through rate right now because we are in the middle of summer. The sell-through rate on shorts is going to go down, but still, I've not seen a time when Bird Dogs bare bottom have had bad sell-through rates. So yeah, bare bottom shorts, not as good prices as bird dogs, but still, a very steady seller. Bare bottom. Let's take a look at some of these shorts and see if we can find a logo. There we go. There's the logo right there. Bare bottom clothing. So yeah, if you see that one, I would definitely pick it up as well. All right, moving on, some more shorts. Birdwell beach breeches. Again, summertime, great sell-through rates on these. 864 listed. And 1,500 sold. So, that's a super high sell-through rate. $35, $36. Holy cow, $65 for a pair of shorts. That's 4 pairs right there. Some camo shorts. Yeah. Birdwell beach breeches. I've picked up a few of these and sold them. They sell extremely fast. And let's see if we can find the back logo here. There we go. Birdwell beach breeches has that little guy on it. Anyway, you see that? You should pick that one up. Great sell-through rate. All right, next up is Beyond Clothing. And again, this is a brand that I have not found myself, but doing all this research, watching videos, looking on eBay, everybody talks about this brand. I just have not seen it. The prices are just really good. So, that's why I put it on the list. The sell-through rate's not super great, but the pricing, can't beat that when this one's listed for $98. So 187 listed, and let's look at sold. So 98 sold. So, again, it's not that over 100 number, but still fairly reasonable sell-through rate. But the prices, that's why I wanted to include this one. So there's a quilted jacket, multicam, $150. Some hoodies, holy cow, there we go. Climate Shield, a jacket for $432. Wow. All right, let's look at this here. Soft shell pants, L7, $90. Let's take a look at that one. See if we can get an idea on what to be looking for. Nothing really distinct there. A lot of cool pockets. There we go. There's the logo right there. Beyond Clothing. So it's not a super distinct logo that we're looking for. Let's take a look at another one. See if we can. Let's see here. Let's look at a jacket. Yeah. Similar type of tag right there, Beyond Clothing. So yeah, not a whole lot of distinct branding out there. This one's got a little tag. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've seen this one and have just passed it up because there's not a lot of branding on their items. Anyway, Beyond Clothing. Great prices. Definitely be picking those up if I ever find it. Next up is a golf brand called Bad Birdie, and if you look up Bad Birdie polos, there are a little over 3,100 listed. Sold 2,900, so that's what, 90-ish%. I can use percent there because it's less than 100, 90% sell-through rate. Here we go. Bad Birdie. You can usually find these. These are really big, bright, in-your-face graphics. That's what Bad Birdie is known for. Pretty decent prices, $20 to $30. And we'll look at this one here. Right here under the buttons is what you're looking for right there. That little bird. It's usually under the buttons. So yeah, crazy. Let's see here on the sleeve also. Yeah, it's not a very good picture. Here we go. Bad Birdie on the sleeve. Yep, right there. Anyway, Bad Birdie. See those? Hard to miss because of all the big bright patterns. All right, the next brand for bees would be Buck Mason. And Buck Mason, you're going to get some pretty decent prices. 2,400 listed. And how many are sold? 2,800, so over 100. And $30 for a t-shirt. $95 for a quarter zip. Yeah, I don't have much luck with quarter zips, but maybe I just haven't been looking for the right brands. Buck Mason quarter zip, $95. Let's take a look at that. Oh, let's go back. $70. Huh. Surprised it showed. Usually it doesn't show what the best offer is. Anyway, oh, this was an auction. That's why ended at $70. Still, great price. There's the tag there. Here we go. Buck Mason, not a great close-up picture. See if we can find a better close-up picture of the Buck Mason tag. There we go, Buck Mason. So yeah, great sell-through rate on Buck Mason. I definitely pick those up if you find them. All right, moving on to the C's. So we're going to start with Chubbies. Chubbies shorts. Over 10,000 listed, so you're going to have a really good chance of finding these out there. I've picked these up and sold them probably 5-6 times over the last year. So over 10,000 listed, and how many have been sold? 7,500 sold, so that is a 75% sell-through rate on Chubbies shorts. You're going to find swim shorts, like chino type shorts, but yeah. Let's take a look at these right here. $28 for these. Chubbies on the back. You're going to find that on the little back pockets. Chubbies. And then on the inside, there's a good shot of the logo with the pineapple. That pineapple is what you're looking for. And Chubbies. So Chubbies brand. Pick those up if you find them. All right, next up is Cry Precision. And so there's not a lot of these listed. Excellent brand. You'll see by the prices, super high prices, and most of it is military camo type tactical gear. But there's only 31 listed, and let's see what is sold. 32 sold, so right at 100. And yeah, here's best offer accepted, $80. But yeah, you can see it's all tactical type gear. Here's $250 for a field shell jacket. $110 for some shorts. My goodness. Anyway, let's take a look at. Oh, that's yeah, you'll see that a lot. Nike Lab. You'll see a lot of collaborations with Cry Precision. So anyway, like this one, Dry Fire, and Dry Fire may be in my D brand, so we'll keep an eye out for that. But Dry Fire, Cry Precision, absolutely a pickup. Cry Precision. Let's take a look at this right here, and we'll see if we can find a good logo. Oop, there we go, down there on the pocket. Cry Precision. Let's see if there's another one. Let's take a look at one more. Down here on the shirt printed, Cry Precision, and you can see the logo right there, CP. All right, next up in the C brands is Columbia. Probably a little bit surprised to see this in my list of brands here, but I wanted to include Columbia because of one subset of the Columbia shirts, and that is the Columbia Terminal Tackle shirts. I'm sure you've seen these out there. The terminal tackle shirts are those real lightweight performance, like fishing shirts. They're usually long sleeve with Columbia, down along the sides. So yeah, they're called terminal tackle. So if you find those, I pick those up every single time if they're in decent enough shape. If they've got a lot of stains, I won't pick them up. But yeah, the Columbia Terminal Tackle shirts, really good sellers for me. 181 listed currently, and let's see, sold. 170 sold, so that's in the 90-ish% sell-through rate. But yeah, we'll take a look at one of these. Again, not huge prices, but like I was telling you before, if I'm buying these for $5 and $6 and I'm selling them for $20, that's still good because I know they're going to sell quickly, and it's a very steady, reliable seller for me. So yeah, you can tell here, that real lightweight performance type material, big logo down the arms there. There's the Columbia Sportswear. Everybody's probably seen that, but yeah, keep an eye out for these shirts, the Terminal Tackle long sleeve shirts. All right, next up is Clothing Arts. Really great brand, really good prices. Again, I have not found this one myself yet. Hope to, but yeah, if you put in the search, Clothing Arts P Cubed. P Cubed stands for Pick Pocket Proof, and there's 342 listed currently. Whoa. Sold $257. So we're looking at 75%, something like that. But yeah, great prices again. $43 here for some shorts from Tactical Cargo Pants. Let's take a look at one of these. $80 for a women's pair of cargo pants. Here's $37, $38. Let's take a look at these right here. Yeah, P cubed, pickpocket proof. There we go, Clothing Arts. There's the logo. Very simple logo, circle, triangle, Clothing Arts. Keep an eye out for that. If you find those, I would definitely pick them up. Do some research into eBay. But definitely that is the keyword you want to use right there, P cubed. And hopefully you're going to find those and sell them. All right, last up in the CE category is Charvet. Charvet. I think it's Charvet. I'm pretty sure it's Charvet. Not a lot listed, but this is a very high-end, dress shirt brand. 45 listed and sold. We have got 117 sold in the last 90 days. So great sell-through rate. And look at these prices. This 54, we probably could have got a lot more for that. But here you go, $100, best offer, $195. Let's take a look at that one. So yeah, again, men's dress shirts, usually selling those for $25 to $30, but Charvet, here we go, Paris. That's the logo you're looking for right there. So definitely pick those up. Again, probably not a lot of these out there, not too many listed, but anyway, I do want to include these type of brands as well that aren't huge oversaturated brands, but would you pass that logo up if you saw it? I don't know. Hopefully I wouldn't if I saw Paris on there, but anything from Italy and Paris like that, I'm gonna take a second look at it, look it up into eBay, look at the sell-through rates, and hopefully I find one of these and can sell it for $195. All right, there you go. First installment of the Reseller's Guide to Men's Clothing A through Z. So this time we just went A, B, and C. So stick around. I'll be doing all the alphabet, and we're going to find a lot of really cool brands out there. Hopefully you like this and you're finding things that you haven't really thought of, or new brands, new logos. Hopefully this is going to help everybody out a little bit. And I know, we're not covering every single brand out there, but yeah, leave it in the comments if there's other brands that you know of that are really great sellers for you. Put it in the comments. Help everybody out. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help, make these brands visible so we can find these things and sell them and make a profit. That's what it's all about. So yeah, hopefully this has been really helpful. If it has, please hit that like button, share this video. Subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate it, and stick around. There's going to be a lot more videos like this really soon. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you guys next time.